So the situation has never been as bad as this.
10 years ago, Indiana native Rex Beyer was targeted by kidnappers on a missionary trip and was shot in the leg when he tried to escape.
We resisted. They started shooting. They busted out the windows, and it just all hell broke loose.
If you don't pay a ransom, what happens to the hostages?
Oh, very often the people are killed. It's a question of life or death.
Sam, what's the read here? I know some experts believe this could be resolved in a matter of days.
Lester, that's certainly the hope. The sheer difficulty of keeping 17 people captive, all of whom Lester need food, water, supplies, and medicine, plus the fact that there are 5 children involved.
So many games I can get in before my wife make me go to bed.
Not weeks or months. Lester, back to you.
All right, Sam Brock tonight. Thank you. This evening, federal safety investigators are on the way to the scene of a fiery plane crash outside of Houston. Despite an inferno that consumed a large passenger jet, everyone survived. Tom Costello.
This morning, moments of sheer terror.
It happened just after 10 a.m. A private passenger plane fully engulfed in flames at Houston's executive airport as emergency teams quickly converged on the scene.
19 people on board, possibly 21 people on board. There are multiple people on the plane.
Amazingly, everyone escaped. 3 crew members and 18 passengers, the youngest a 10-year-old child. 2 people suffered minor injuries.
They were stunned. They were very, very stunned, but they did all self-extricate. We can't tell you how they did that.
Authorities say the plane, an MD-87 registered to a local investment firm, was thought to be headed to Boston for tonight's baseball playoff game between the Astros and Red Sox. But the plane never got off the ground.
The actual airplane rolled down the runway, struck an actual fence, and from there became disabled.
The plane involved, 34 years old. No U.S. airline still flies the MD-80 series of planes. The cause of today's crash unknown. But what investigators find could be crucial to the few foreign airlines that still fly it. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
Tonight, the Congressional Committee investigating the attack on the U.S. Capitol is voting to recommend holding a top advisor to former President Trump in contempt, trying to compel Steve Bannon to respond to a subpoena for testimony and documents related to the riot. Here's Garrett Haig.
Tonight, lawmakers taking a first step towards compelling a former top Trump advisor to tell them what he knew about the planning for the January 6th attack or face potential prosecution. The committee investigating the attack on the Capitol voting tonight to recommend holding Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress. Why is it important that this committee hears from Steve Bannon?
Well, he was in reportedly constant communication with Donald Trump in the days leading up to January 6th. It's also important, though, that the committee affirm the rule of law, that people, when they're subpoenaed, need to show up, and if they don't show up, they need to be prosecuted.
Bannon warned of the coming chaos on his podcast the day before the attack.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's going to be moving. It's going to be quick.
In letters to the committee, Bannon's attorney argued Bannon is legally unable to comply and had been instructed not to provide documents or testimony by Trump. To try to force his hand, the full House would next have to vote to hold Bannon in contempt, recommending the Department of Justice.
You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Get yourself sorted. We'll be deploying shortly. Battle Royale. Got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone. Get to work.
After our exclusive report revealing a controversial comment about the Holocaust.
Allied cluster strike inbound.
My hair with
South Carolina attorney Alec Murdaugh after he was terminated.
Prep for area recon.
UAV entering the AO.
Interest in the still unsolved shootings of his wife and son. developments in a story we first brought you last week. A school board meeting in South Lake, Texas, getting heated after our reporting on a top administrator's controversial comment.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. Bounty target is up. Let's get it done.
The district gained attention nationally.
Enemy UAV overhead.
What, mine?
Here's Antonia Hilton.
You say that I'm divisive, you're divisive.
In South Lake, tensions high.
Bounty target is down. Well done.
I was subject to rash bullying, almost all of which was anti-Semitic in nature. I received everything from jokes about my nose.
Jake Bowman, a former South Lake student who is Jewish, opened up about past bullying so severe, he says he contemplated suicide.
I just let this motherfucker kill our whole squad, baby.
Guidance to vet all books,
damn.
Instructing them to not allow singular narratives that could be considered offensive.
Please help restore my faith in this district and in the school board.
Get his ass, man. He's still in the building. Other floor.
Teachers from offering perspectives that could make students feel anguish. Last week, ABC News obtained exclusive audio when the director of curriculum, Gina Petty, told educators to produce books about the Holocaust within the place of reading.
We make sure that if you have a book
Gina Petty did not respond to messages requested. In response to Petty's remark, Carroll Superintendent issued an apology.
Got gas moving in.
Parents expressed concern about the controversy.
The teacher who was reprimanded over the book, those teachers who recorded the training session, and the administrator are all victims of this toxic environment.
Berman urging warnings.
Enemy soldier incoming.
And teachers.
This is a crossroads for the state and for this district. One path is an opportunity to lead and be on the right side of history. The other one is quality education.
A message he hopes leads to a brighter future for all.
Get a move on. Head to the safe zone.
New York.
And you can hear more of our reporting on South Lake and our NBC News podcast. All
damn,
episodes
dude, still over here. He whooped our ass.
Here tonight, changes coming to the NFL's huge concussion settlement. What it means for
enemy UAV overhead.
The NFL faces a deadline to get rid of a practice that uses race to help determine which former players get money from the league's massive concussion settlement. Kevin Goss tonight on a controversial method.
Enemy soldier incoming.
It was an historic settlement. 4 years ago, the NFL agreeing to pay nearly $1 billion to former players suffering the long-term effects of concussions. Former defensive lineman Amon Gordon was diagnosed with dementia
drop headed your way.
33.
It's kind of a little better, you know.
At the time, we have a 3-year-old son and
Last summer, Gordon and his wife Roxy learned the protocols to qualify.
Move on my waypoint.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
I'll
start thinking through. Allied cluster strike inbound.
We haven't received a penny from the NFL. You think it's because he's black?
disadvantage than whites. Some medical professionals call the process outdated and oversimplified. It's imprecise.
Someone collect that LMG.
Medicine, and it perpetuates false ideas.
Marking waypoint coordinates.
Differences in intelligence by the colorists.
Enemy UAV overhead.
It became part of the protocol used in the NFL settlement, and effectively meant black players had to score more poorly than white players on cognition tests. The claims process was after the league and the players' legal team reached out. But many of the players say they knew nothing about the race norming, including Amon Gordon. He played in the NFL for 8 years, retiring in 2012. Do you have any sense of how many concussions he's gotten over that period?
No idea. I mean, innumerable amounts.
Now he's
enemy UAV overhead.
Anxiety and panic attacks.
It's like imagine your brain being frozen until about noon.
If we're lucky. Some days still doesn't.
First, they were told Amon appealed the decision. The judge agreed with the NFL, deciding an error was
Everyone's in the safe zone.
But in a statement at the time,
Fuckers might be targeted.
Those norms should be replaced. But no off-the-shelf alternative exists. And that's why these experts are working to solve this decades-old issue. Adding the process would be
Enemy precision airstrike. Assaulting TLOC.
Targeting me.
Got contact.
What? Brother, God damn, what's wrong with this speed? You gotta roll up.
Here tonight, inspiring America, honoring the team that found the sky's the limit. Finally, the big celebration in Chicago for the city's first WNBA champion. Here's Kevin Tibbs.
WNBA champion, your Chicago! Under a sky blue Chicago sky.
We're so excited to see our team win for Chicago!
They came loud and proud.
This is history in the making.
This year's women's basketball champs, the Chicago Sky, basked in hard-earned, well-deserved celebrity.
Yeah, I feel like women's sports have come a long way, and I'm very proud to be from here, and what a victory this is, you know?
Here's homegrown Chicago star Allie Quigley shooting hoops as a kid. Today, she and the rest of her Sky teammates are role models for little girls everywhere. Just ask 8th grader Brianna White, who came with her mom and brother.
When I see the Chicago Sky, I basically see like inspiration. I see like a reason to push forward, like motivation, like to keep trying.
Big shoes. The Sky's playoff MVP Kalia Copper is proud to fill.
The sky's the limit, young lady.
Hear footsteps.
Sky at school, on the court, or even on your dad's shoulders. Everyone's a winner. Kevin Tibbles, NBC News, Chicago.
And our congratulations to the team. That's Nightly News. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow
Staples here along with Snorlax.
It's Sin here, and this is my girl, Ponyta. Hey guys, I'm Mabel, and this is my friend Jiggly.
This is the evolution of my track. Renovating 25 years of Pokemon. Spark mode flying.
I was doing some shopping and I got a pop-up on my laptop. The computer had a virus, so I called the number on the page.
Batman's decisions, intelligence, and fighting abilities always amaze us. The fire of never giving up, unwavering determination, self-discipline, and ability to whip up a solution out of thin air.
Impressive. You have all the answers, Dave. Except one. Every great supervillain has an origin, too. What's yours?
Not only made him one of the greatest among heroes, but also earned him the utmost respect among all the villains.
Who do you think you are? Batman? It's been a long night. Look, buddy, I know Batman. I once ratted out a counterfeiter to Batman. And believe me, you are no Batman.
This video lists 5 incidents that capture villains' great sense of respect towards the Dark Knight and the reasons behind it. Riddle me this. From his childhood to his origin and throughout the villain career, Riddler had an interesting backstory. According to him, Batman was there at the beginning and at the end of his streak. Unlike other villains,
Riddler fought Batman using his intellectual power, and he considered Batman to be the only one worthy of standing against him. Throughout the episodes we come across in the Batman animated series, it was pretty clear it was not Gotham PD Riddler was targeting, but the Dark Knight himself.
But aren't you the smart detective to see the riddles within my riddles?
We can trade IQ scores when you're behind bars, Riddler.
Would that be your IQ? Or the Batman's? Do you think I went to all the trouble to distract Gotham PD from my real crime? It was the Batman who concerned me. Isn't that right, Batman?
That is also why, at the time, when Gotham PD tried to corner and capture Batman, Riddler became Batman's guardian angel by sabotaging the police department's plan.
Until the cowl comes off, the game is on.
He saw Batman as a superior opponent and respects him for his cognitive prowess. Therefore, neither Gotham PD nor any other villain is good enough for Batman to spend his time fighting.
And you're sure it was Corbin who sabotaged you? Even you, Batman, could have puzzled together a mystery this obvious. Yeah, obvious. I guess I just figured with a riddle the most obvious answer is rarely the right one.
The moment where Riddler's respect and admiration towards Batman saw the pinnacle is when Batman made him see the solution to the most obvious in his life.
The $64,000 question. Why did I sabotage our project? Come on, Edward. It's not that hard.
So tell me, Batman, how'd you piece together it was my Julie who betrayed me? See, Corbin was a businessman, not a scientist. He would never have known how to sabotage that disc, and that just left one other person. Anyone would have realized that, except you, champ.
Bullets don't scare me. Floyd Lawton, known under the codename Deadshot, is an exceptional marksman and a hitman. He meets Batman in the Justice League TV series, movie Suicide Squad, and also in Batman Assault on Arkham. First, it is fear we see in the eyes of Deadshot when he encounters Batman in the series Justice League.
Let me give you one word of advice.
Okay. I'll tell.
What did he say?
You don't want to know.
Later, with different versions, it turns to respect towards Batman. In the movie Suicide Squad, it is clearly evident how much respect the notorious hitman Deadshot has towards Batman when he decided not to pull the trigger when Batman came to arrest him. We also see Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad movie, and it seems like Deadshot is controlled by her, but that is because due to the leverage she has on him, his daughter, and not because of neither respect nor fear. When the time comes, Deadshot shows us that fact clearly.
Play fair and I'll shoot straight. Jerk me around and I'll kill you.
It is during the movie Batman Assault on Arkham, which Deadshot shows us that while it is utmost respect he has towards Batman, and Amanda Waller is yet another target he can shoot anytime. Going on from there, after Batman warns Waller for the last time, which was in vain considering the mentality Waller has, Deadshot pulls the trigger.
Mother...
Bang.
The only human. Hailed as the god of tyranny, Darkseid, conqueror of worlds, is well known to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. Superman, the god among humans, and the Wonder Woman, the Roman goddess of hunt, were no match against him. At this moment, a mere human with no special powers challenges Darkseid to a battle of wits and leaves the god of tyranny at the mercy of his human opponent.
Omega Lambda 7 XL9. That sounds like a bluff to you. One Hellspore can turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off?
You dare?
One man, the single being who was able to give Darkseid a taste of his own medicine, was none other than Batman. Dark Knight struck fear into the impenetrable heart of stone, making Darkseid cry in agony.
Well played. Had the Kryptonian or the Amazon taken that gamble, they would have lost. They do not have the strength of character to destroy an entire planet to achieve success. You, a human, an admirable quality.
This utter humiliation made Darkseid recognize the caliber of Batman and respect him for his superior intelligence and willpower.
In impressive. No one has ever avoided my Omega beam.
Not odd, strange. One of Batman's first recurring villains, even before celebrated Joker, Hugo Strange was the morally ambiguous head chief of psychiatry at Arkham Asylum. He was driven by his keen interest in the criminal mind and made constant efforts to study and challenge Batman, whom he thought the only person in Gotham that is capable of intellectually challenging him.
How very odd. Not odd, Alfred. Strange.
While Batman had to go to great lengths to defeat or neutralize Hugo's efforts, doing so, he endangered his secret identity, which Strange was one of the first to deduce.
11. So-called Wayne.
In the last episode of the Batman TV series, Professor Strange's true colors came to light. He captured the entire Justice League and incapacitated them to drain their powers. When Batman was captured, he explains why he gives so much importance towards the Dark Knight, and his respect for Batman is clearly evident from the words spoken.
You'll never disappoint me, Batman. I built this trap.
We're holding for deployment. Now's a good time to warm up.
I told him to join you with the clever.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enough practice. Time for the real thing.
Joker, the wild prince of crime, was more than respected towards Batman.
Battle Royale. We should drop in. Got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone.
There's the crime scene.
Acknowledgement,
now, that's the body.
Targets are up. Get to work.
Animations and real-life movies. In the animated series Harley Quinn, viewers are shown how much Batman means to Joker with regards to the comparison of Harley herself.
Priming a team.
But if all that's true, then why he stay here?
There's some cheat here. Field upgrade here.
It was him all along, wasn't it? It's always been him.
According to him, Batman is the only one who makes him live and gives purpose.
What? You're the reason why I get up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and pump iron until my chest is positively sick. You're the reason I spend my life spent lady active wear my life. And if it wasn't for you, I never would have been everything that I am with all these people. And you. So if you help me save Gotham.
Move to the target area. You don't have long.
You just said. Yeah, that thing. What do you say?
You have no choice.
Light vehicle here.
Thank you guys for all your donations and pledges to my Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon pages. And if you've enjoyed the video, please remember to give a like. It is one click away.
I got loadout money.
On the board in business, it takes the
Everybody
dream,
got loadout
hard
money.
work, commitment, will help. After more than 19 years in the NBA, I experienced all the highs and the lows of the game. But one constant went on: team. For small business owners working hard, grinding every day to make it,
Losing ground.
teammates to be successful as well. For them, team in town.
Located armor.
LegalZoom, the NBA, WNBA, and NBA G League are teaming up to launch Foundation for Small Business, a program to help grow and sustain small businesses across the U.S. Before the pandemic, Black or Hispanic-owned small businesses were twice as likely to be considered at risk by banks compared to non-minority-owned businesses. Women business loans from traditional.
Found a field upgrade.
The NBA, WNBA, and NBA G
Let's go.
online business formation services company. LegalZoom is committing $6 million in the form of $10,000 small business grants and LegalZoom
Located
services to qualifying small businesses. Visit LegalZoom.com for additional information on Fast Break for small business.
Time is up. Objective failed. Loadout drop headed your way.
Yes. And she shouldn't be able to wake up, but those animals have some crazy guns on these side. Meanwhile, the Phantom Stranger takes Spectre into space on the trails of Saturn to figure out what's going on. It's not like the Spectre to side with anyone